Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Perils of the Warp. This is episode number 23. Sorry again for missing a week. Work schedules have been fucking all of us up. And I will be your host today, Roman, and I'm here with my co-host. That's John.
Oh. Hi.
Alright, and we have a special guest. He's the Grim and Grimworks.
I'm John.
Tony.
And this is why Mark doesn't show up and I'm here.
Yeah. There's a lot to get into. First, we'll get into the news. They did open, finally, the Warhammer community, or not the Warhammer community, the Warhammer Cafe in Dallas, or Grapevine, whichever, technically.
The cluster that is North Texas.
Exactly. But they did finally open it. They did have their grand opening. From every source, it says that the store is cool, that was awesome. The event was kind of lackluster here, there. Even from the Warhammer community sites, they had I believe I know her first name is Sarah something.
The redhead?
Yeah, she's a redheaded girl.
She's cute.
She's very cute. But she doesn't come from the world of Warhammer. She comes from, she promotes things. She
comes from entertainment.
Yeah, she's a freelance entertainer. So
she's a pretty girl. That standard pretty girl that they put in front of a comic shop to make you want to buy stuff.
No,
kind of.
But she's a pretty girl that is into the nerd stuff, so she has a little bit of knowledge around weird people that play these games.
And she did do the How to Play AOS series specifically for Warhammer TV. If you
was she the one in that video where she was like, "I'm going to talk about this," and Duncan was like, "Hey guys, I want to talk about this," and she's like, "No, Duncan, I'm talking about it."
Exactly.
That's what it is.
That's
okay.
what it is.
Those were kind of funny.
I'm not taking anything away from that.
Oh no,
sure.
She's a great entertainer.
Duncan was the star of that video. I don't.
No, I don't know if you pay attention, but there at Warhammer TV, like Roman said, she was all hyped up. She's like, "Yeah, we're here at Grapevine finally. This
Being
cafe.
a professional."
Yeah, it was like finally the cafe's opening, and she was hyping up the moment, right? And she's like, "Okay, guys, let's go talk to these Warhammer fans." And she. Like the beginning of the show, she's like, "Oh man, this place is cool, and for a Warhammer community." And she's like, "Let's go talk to the fans."
And then she ran into the fucking immutable wall, the fucking nerds.
I think the problem is the whole lackluster was because nobody thought it was going to open. Even the people waiting outside the door was like, you know what? They already promised us a grand opening once, and that didn't happen.
Yeah.
You know what it thought it was? I don't think they knew they were being recorded.
They were looking into the camera.
No, because they walk out and she's like, "Hi guys." She's like, "Is that a camera?" She's like, "Yeah, you're being recorded." And she's like, "Oh." And she's like,
"Oh my god, I told my wife I was going to be at church."
and she's like, "Who likes Warhammer?" And then you go, you hear someone go, "I do, yay." I was like, what?
Nobody likes Warhammer. We're just addicted by this point and can't stop.
It's like heroin. You don't want to do it, but you can't stop.
It's funny because, I say fucking nerds. Yeah, but majority of, the Red Star guys, we all can talk to people. We know how to socialize. We understand that. But I think when it's a large group, all the fucking cretins come out.
I know what it is. I think it's like an older crowd from the old ways.
I haven't seen it. So is it a whole bunch of older guys?
It's an older crowd.
They're just I'm over this shit.
They're like our age, I guess.
No, yeah, our age is a bit older.
It's under 30.
And they're trying to be funny. Hot girls are trying to be funny the way they're like, nah.
You know, she don't want you, man. Come on.
Because there was one dude if I remember right, one dude being interviewed. He's like, "Hey, you like Warhammer?" He's like, same answer to Johnson's like, "No one likes Warhammer here." And he's like, "No one wants to see my ugly mug." And I was like, "Okay," but then it just started going downhill. I was like, so I stopped watching the video.
I might have to investigate this. It sounds funny.
Yeah, but I heard and what I've seen on all the groups and pages that I'm on that the place is actually pretty cool.
Yeah, it seems like a good place, a big place. So they're gonna start doing bigger tournaments there, and Of course, they can hold all their Necromunda and Kill Teams and Shadespire, I'm sorry.
All the stuff that Warhammer released to get
Blood
more
Bowl,
of your money.
Yeah, exactly. All those kinds of things. And not to mention that they're going to have Forgeworld on site, which brings us to pretty much our main topic. I know there was some other stuff that came out, but this is probably the most important thing, and John already has a sour fucking face on his lip.
No taxation without representation.
I'm sure you're all aware of all the memes that have been going on.
The red coats are coming! The red coats are coming!
Okay, so just to explain for people that don't know, which I don't know why you wouldn't, but...
I didn't know.
Well, you're kind of outside of the...
I have a pinky toe inside the Warhammer community.
Exactly, but I don't know how many of those people actually listen to this. Seems like there are a lot of our Red Star brethren, and they kind of know what's going down. So
tell the new players to listen. It's okay.
It's true. It's true.
We cater to everybody, right? Right.
We can, but I don't know if new players are gonna find us good. I don't know.
New players, you guys start the show. We don't like new players. Go away.
Go to hell.
Go away.
I wanted to play Warhammer, but then I heard this podcast. I decided to get my life together.
Okay, so Forgeworld has raised their prices everywhere, not just in the United States. It is everywhere outside of the UK.
What a bunch of assholes.
And they are sort of justifying it, at least in America. They haven't said for, Australia. Australia already gets fucked in the ass by imports. Like, their fucking taxes on their imports, like anything imported, is so fucking ridiculously high.
Well, that's what they get for being a big island in the middle of nowhere.
Well, that's kind of funny because, Australians are imported.
I feel I feel a kinship with Australians. The Australians are pretty much Texan. They just have another accent. That's all it is.
I'm just waiting for an earthquake to break Texas. We're gonna be in the middle of
that's right,
of the Gulf Coast.
Yeah, Texas, the Republic of Texas is back, baby.
We're just in the middle of the Gulf.
So what's happened is Forgeworld, at least in the U.S., they said, we're gonna make it easier on you. You're not gonna have to convert your money and pay us through the British pound. You can go ahead and give it to us in your currency, whatever your currency is. It's location locked, so you can go ahead and visit the website. It'll read it where you're coming from, and it'll make sure that it counts you. Because now I go to Forgeworld, and it would always have the UK flag. Now it has the American flag, and it gives you the American prices. The problem with The problem with it is that they've risen the prices on everything about 20% more than what it would be even if you just converted the cost.
And what I had understanding from Forgeworld, they're already expensive to begin with, right?
Yes.
So they made them even more expensive by saying we're going to make stuff easier for players.
Yes. So the justification that I guess they're trying to say without actually saying it to the public is that they have now installed a new Forgeworld facility in the United States. So it's going to be a warehouse. They have everything. It's going to be able to go to the U.S. and Canada very quickly.
You know who else?
Paying for it.
You know who else has a warehouse? China.
We'll get to that. So they basically have a warehouse. They have said that it's going to be faster shipping. You're not going to be waiting as long. And
how long were you waiting for Forgeworld?
Like 3 weeks.
Yeah, you're waiting a bit because it had to come through the harbor. It was they weren't shipped by plane. Yeah.
I mean, coming from a person that's ordered stuff from eBay from across the pond, China and Europe, we got in our books in 2 weeks, week and a half.
Yeah, but the thing about that is that book is already made, and all they have to do is just ship it.
Oh, they make it when you order?
A lot of the Forgeworld products are made to order. So, like, you would... and I'm talking specifically about bigger pieces. Like, there's bigger pieces that they're just like, we cannot just have this on the shelf. And resin has a shelf life. So, they can't necessarily have that over a long period of time. It's not plastic.
So is Forgeworld that the whole community where you guys, as a group, waited to put one big order? So,
yes, very much so.
the tax. Oh, okay.
Yes.
Hey, so
Yeah, because when you get over a certain number, you get free shipping.
It was usually, I believe, 200 pounds, which equates to probably about
400 and something American.
close. It's about 370, 375, somewhere around there. So it's a substantial amount of money.
Guess what? That was only 3 pieces.
Exactly. So
Damn it! I was waiting to make that joke. I was even gonna say 3.
So Forgeworld is now saying that you're gonna get it faster and it's gonna be a smoother process. The thing is, they haven't addressed why it's 20% markup on the conversion rate. So that's been the big thing with the U.S. And there's also been shared it in the Perils chat that we have with the hosts. There's been somebody on Facebook, and Forgeworld had somebody's artwork, like they painted up one of the knights. I think it was I can't even remember which knight, but it was one of their knights, and it's right there. It has it, and it has the banner Forgeworld, right? That guy that painted it says, "Could you please take this down? I really don't want to be associated with you right now." Like, basically saying, like, you're fucking us. I don't want to be associated with you. Take down my work, because that is mine, and you can't do that.
That's
like,
cold.
Because of exactly, it's a fucking cold-blooded move, and a lot of people are just saying the same thing. The thing that I'm scared about is GW maybe reverting back to old GW instead of good guy GW that we've known in the past few years, because they did a lot
of the beast.
Exactly, they've done a lot of good, like a lot of good, and now there's this that kind of kicked everybody in the pants, because we're thinking, sweet, like, I think one of the big things for Forgeworld is just like, okay, I'd most likely have to pay through PayPal so that PayPal can convert my money automatically, and it would just be an upcharge. Like, PayPal takes a bit from that as well. So that would be one of the biggest things, and now they're just like, hey, you can fucking do it in your currency. You can use your credit cards, whatever you want. And it's even faster shipping, but now it's just like there's a 20% markup, because we most likely have to pay for that warehouse.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
What it sounds like.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to come to their defense.
Uh-huh.
I'm just going to explain it in a way that that happened to me personally.
Mm-hmm.
So they invested money not just in a building,
mm-hmm.
and new machines to make the resin and shipping supplies, and hiring people to work this warehouse.
Mm-hmm.
So, for instance, I'm a butcher. Mm-hmm. That's how I make my money to play with my toys. Mm-hmm. And when my market first opened, if you wanted something seasoned or tenderized through the tenderizer, we used to charge you 30 cents per pound. No matter what you wanted, it was adding 30 cents to the pound.
Okay.
That was to help pay for all the machines that we bought to do these things.
Okay.
Now that it's several years later, we're just too lazy to fucking charge you 30 cents, so we don't. But it doesn't matter anymore, because, it's already established.
Yeah.
We have these machines, we've had them forever. They've already made their money back themselves.
Yeah.
So nobody really cares about, the surcharge.
Business-wise, I get it.
Yeah, of course.
Business-wise is like, hey guys, we're carrying to what you guys wanted.
Yeah.
It's long haul time. It's like, first they're gonna start charging 20% more, but eventually, once everything gets situated and everything gets acclimated, they'll be like, okay, we're gonna start dropping the prices.
Yeah.
To a point that you might save if you guys stick around. It sounds really bad now because it came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And they're saying it, they're putting it out there weirdly.
Yes.
There's like, oh, this is for your convenience. This is to make stuff better.
Yes.
This is all the good stuff. Then you're like, but you gotta pay for it.
Yeah.
And it just reminds me, I forgot what show it was, like, there's no wiggle room here. I need wiggle room. That's what it sounds like. It's like, we need wiggle room because if this goes belly up, we have to cover it as a company.
Yeah, I get it.
And at first you have to stick there. I mean, you guys are already paying so much for these models.
Yeah.
And eventually you're gonna be like, you know what? I'm just gonna order Forgeworld because you guys want to play that.
Yeah. And yeah, I understand that. I understand, like, you know, you're doing this charge, but where does it kind of? My question is, you could have explained this to people, and I think people would have understood.
But they didn't.
But you didn't. You just decided, like, hey, we're throwing out these things that you like while covering it up. We're thinking, like, people aren't gonna notice. Like, I'm pretty sure they were just like, we'll just sneak in this little surcharge and we'll assume people understand. But
20% is a big
but
number.
it's a big number. And the thing is, what about inflation? What happens when the British pound goes up in value, and we have to pay more plus that 20% still? That's the big thing.
What I'm thinking they should do. I know they made these things as they ordered.
Yeah.
They should have a backlog of these things.
Oh, I'm sure they
And then it
do.
would just drop the
I'm
price.
sure that, but I know there's
Like,
some pieces that they
Tac
do not.
Marines are not made to order.
Yeah.
Tac Marines, you can roll them out by the hundreds and they're gonna sell. But something like Primarch, or more especially a fucking Titan, you know, you're not gonna make 100 Titans when you're selling them at $1,000 a pop.
Yeah.
$1,000?
That's probably lowballing.
There's someone paying $1,000 for a model?
Yeah, for sure.
Are you guys nuts?
I mean, there's ones that, like, there's a piece that I specifically want for AOS. It's it's called a Dreadsaurus, and it's a huge dinosaur, like a huge one, like a T-Rex, being ridden by a little guy, right? Little lizard,
Yeah.
the lizard man. Okay, that thing is like $300, and it's maybe like this big. Like, it's not very big.
Jesus
It maybe stands like 6 inches. 7
Oh, we don't personally, between us, we don't buy Forgeworld. We're still too new to this. We're doing GW.
Even
Yeah.
Warhammer wise.
Yeah.
I was at the point where I'm selling my army.
Yeah.
There is no return on this.
No.
Even because John was helping me price my army.
Yeah.
Right off the bat, he goes, "This is how much it is." I think it was close to $900, almost close to $1,000.
Yeah.
Army. He's like, "You're gonna get maybe a little bit less than half of that."
Mm-hmm.
You guys are buying $300 pieces.
Yes.
And do you know that maybe one day you're not gonna play? What are you gonna do? They become paperweights.
Pretty much.
And then now you're telling me Forgeworld is charging you even more for this stuff?
Yeah.
I can see why people are mad. I
Yeah.
can see why that article goes, "Hey man, fuck off, get my shit back."
Yeah.
I get it now.
Yeah.
Fuck
Well,
the business side.
The return on
Investment.
Forgeworld pieces is going to be more than the return on plastic GW.
Forgeworld.
Yeah.
Why would I get Forgeworld?
Well, Forgeworld does specifically their big thing that they take care of is Horus Heresy. Now the thing
That's
is,
that 30K.
that's
weird
30K.
game.
Yeah, that's the
That's their bread and butter.
yeah, that's their big that's their bread and butter.
it's the prequel to 40K.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but even that, some people are saying that, like, maybe 30K should move to 8th edition, and then some people are like, why are you trying to do that? 8th edition sucks. You're gonna have the same problems that you have in 40K with the competitive scene, and there's a lot of differences there. But specifically, they get a lot of money from Horus Heresy. Specifically, a lot of the Primarchs and a lot of the characters that they have there.
The standalone pieces.
Yeah, like the big pieces, you know what I mean? And then you have things for 40K, and then you have things for AOS.
Now these pieces, are
Yeah.
they more detailed? Like a plastic that's better? I don't get
Plastic is always better. 100% of the time, plastic is better.
it. And is this what you're getting?
But no, you're getting resin from Forgeworld.
Yeah, you're
So
good.
they're giving you crappier material. Is it more detailed?
They're more detailed because they're characters.
Of course.
Any character that comes out is gonna have a fuck ton of detail.
Yeah, but you have
The thing is, their attack marines are really no different from regular attack marines.
Yeah.
To the point where GW
But-
even put out Forgeworld attack marines in plastic.
So the only reason people buy Forgeworld is for special characters.
For special characters with special rules.
Yeah.
A lot of events will ban Forgeworld because they're too quote unquote overpowered.
No.
So you're telling me people are wasting... Wow, guys. You're telling me people are wasting money for a game that gets banned competitions, that gets made with even things you guys don't like resin, for rules and special characters.
Yeah.
People like
And
to
now you're
win.
getting charged more for it.
And the another
Why
one
doesn't
of
people ban this stuff?
another one of their big sellers are the Titans. Like, you know, those $1,000 pieces. Well, there's smaller ones that are maybe like $600.
Like that's.
But still, it's a lot of money, right? But the thing is, like, people do buy this stuff, like for their own reasons, whether they like to just paint them, all these different things.
I've seen collectors and hobbyists that
Exactly.
love
I mean,
their
there's stuff from Forgeworld that I would want. That
Yeah,
I'm
for sure.
not gonna get, but I would want
Don't
it.
get me wrong. We know that people pay a lot for Gundams.
Mhm.
I know people pay a lot for Zoids. I'm guessing it's the same reason. Other than the difference between Gundams and Zoids, that you actually have a game to play with them. Reason to get them out. But we see, what was that high price Gundam that we saw once that was like a couple, I think it was like $800, right? The one that was made like by 4,000 little pieces or something like that.
The Espion 3, because it's such a rare model.
Nerd.
So he told me that. Of course, you know, holiday times comes. I was
Yeah.
like, yeah, homie wants it. We're going through this phase that we were buying Zoids and he was getting. So I go in and I looked it up and I saw it was like $800. I was like, he's my brother, but no.
Toggy's 3. Right? Because it was Toggy's 1 and 2, and then Espion, and then
I don't
Toggy's
even
3.
care anymore.
But
Either way.
I get it. I get why people would buy it.
Yeah. The thing is, like,
I mean, when we played Magic for so long, you know, how much does the fucking Power 9 cost?
a fucking ridiculous amount.
Yeah, but we never owned Power 9.
Well, we don't own Forge World.
But yeah, that's again. It's like I do see the business side. I see, like, you got to pay for this. It's a good thing. But then I see the other part where it's just like I was excited to purchase some of this stuff.
You thought it was gonna be easier.
Yeah,
more convenient.
I thought 2019 was gonna be the year of fucking heresy for me.
Yeah, we were talking about it.
It
Like
turns
I
out
was gonna get.
2019 is just gonna be the same old, same old.
We were each gonna get the Primarch that we wanted for our armies.
Yeah.
Mark was gonna get the fucking Dreadnought, the Custody Dreadnought.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's Dreadnoughts from Forge World that I fucking love. I love Dreadnoughts, first of all. And then they have the Doradeo and the Leviathan. I've wanted those for a long time. I'm definitely not getting them now.
So
Yeah,
it just sounds like Forgeworld is catering to a niche audience, and that's where it's gonna stay at.
yeah.
It's gonna be these people that have the money to buy these models, and I'm guessing 20% will be like, whatever. I'm already paying $1,000.
For the people that have the money, that's not gonna stop them.
But it just sounds like they kick in the pants for common players like you guys.
I mean, a majority of players. 'Cause
Yeah.
I don't think a majority of players have that type
A
of
lot
money.
of people that heard the news, they're coming to America,
Yeah.
like Roman, thought next year was going to be the year of heresy. Turns out maybe 2021 is the year of heresy. Not.
Yeah, they were. Simon, I don't know if you saw his post.
No.
He goes, man, because we're members of Red Star Gaming, which is probably the majority of our little audience.
Whoop,
So we have a Facebook page, Red Star Gaming, that all the members are a member in. That sounded weird.
Are part of.
Yeah, are part of. And everybody was putting all these memes. And Simon's like, man, this page looks like a history book right now, because you had the white people dressed as Indians throwing the tea into the harbor, but the tea boxes said Forge World, and then just stuff like that, you know, just like all this all this American all this American Revolution paraphernalia, but with Forge World. Fucking.
Yeah.
It's funny because they come from Europe.
They're no, UK, baby.
Their motherland.
Our old masters.
I don't get it, man. I don't.
It's one of those things where I'm just kind of torn, because I was like, because I want to see Forge World do better, especially if there's these rumors about Horus Heresy not doing so well and they're delaying books and all this kind of stuff.
This is coming from someone who had a hard time wasting $40 on Warhammer.
Mm-hmm.
I won a prize from the AOS League.
Yeah.
And it was $40 start credit at a nerd shop. And I was like, okay, time to go. I thought I selected in the shop to begin with. But it makes sense that Warhammer League, you should waste the money on Warhammer stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's $40. That's a lot of money. What am I going to buy? And I was looking, John showed me the magic of Games Workshop app and online store.
Yeah.
And I was like, going to it, I was like, I can't afford none of this. So I was like, Why do I waste $40? And nerd style, $40 is a couple of packs, a couple of comics,
Yep.
Funko Pops. It's a lot of things that you could grab. Not a lot, but enough to make you happy,
Yeah.
right? And Warhammer
You get a
community,
variety.
that ain't shit. You have to come with that, plus a paycheck, go sell some blood, a little bit of sperm, maybe a touch of plasma, and then you could get one model.
Yeah. That's what Forgeworld is. So yeah, we'll see. I mean, it just sucks. A fucking horse is $101 now. I'm like, fuck. Well, there goes that fucking thing. So we'll see how it all shakes out if GW or Forgeworld actually addresses it. But it seems like Forgeworld is just kind of radio silent.
So where do you guys stand, though? Are you going to purchase something for Forge?
Probably not, to be honest with you.
What about you? I know you are. I see that face and I'll be like, he's going to buy something no matter what.
I will not.
No?
No.
Damn, you standing the picket line?
There's something from Forge World that I need right now. Stuff that I want, sure, but...
Yeah, that's the thing, is like Forgeworld is want, so it seems like it's more like a luxury tax.
Okay, so it's that vacation,
Yeah.
it's that sports car. You don't need it,
Fucking
but you want
Forge
it.
World is practically a vacation if you fucking bought straight from Forge World. So yeah, I'm still on the fence of like how I feel about it, but I just don't see myself buying from Forge World right now. It was hard enough because I'm like you, where like there's so many times where John can attest where we're at a store and I'm like, oh man, I kind of want to buy it, and I have it in my hand, I'm ready to purchase, and I'm like, just put it back. I just talk myself out of a lot of stuff.
And John's on the other side. He buys it and he's like, guys, can someone take me out to eat? I was like,
Exactly.
you make all this money, Warhammer.
Yeah,
I was
exactly.
like, alright.
So when it comes to myself, I don't see myself ordering from them, and I didn't see myself ordering from them like from the beginning. Now it's fucking almost nearly impossible. I'm caught between a rock and a hard place because, like I said, next year I was saving up, some money. I was putting some money aside just for Forge World, and
Turns out you had to spend a lot more money aside.
and Trent was saying the same thing. He's just like, every time I fucking save some money, fucking something has to happen, and it's just this.
They gave
thing.
me hope for no reason.
Yeah.
I actually do have a little bit of Forge World, though. I forgot it. Nothing expensive, but I have the Renegade cards.
Oh, okay, yeah, the Krieg, the...
No, those are still good guys. Just just the Renegade fucking gas mask wearing guys.
Oh, I think they just got rid of them too. I think the limited time, they put them on limited time, and I think they're done.
I didn't realize that. Oh well.
There you go.
Now you got exclusives.
There you go.
So, before you guys get into another topic, the Warhammer store, I know you guys were planning to visit it as one of your vacations. Is that still a thing? Would you guys like to go to Grapevine, Dallas, or wherever the hell it is to go visit this amazing Warhammer cafe?
I mean, I have, I'm planning my vacation towards, the Christmas time, because everybody knows that I love Christmas, so I usually try to take my vacation around that time. I wouldn't mind going around then, but I just don't know. I don't know how Dallas is when it comes to the holiday season, just because it seems like they'd be packed with a lot of people coming
Yeah, I
back,
just don't see it happening this year.
No?
Yeah.
There's not a lot of time left in this year. I mean, we're gonna go.
It's about 4 months left.
Yeah, I mean, if we planned a day trip in October, I could do it. But once November hits, I'm just in present buying mode.
Yeah,
So that's it?
Sure.
Yeah.
So, you do it in October, no Warhammer.
We'll
I mean,
see.
you guys were supposed to hit up Canada this year, too. So
Yeah, well, that fucking... they got derailed real early.
sounds like Warhammer's expensive. You can't.
Warhammer is
catch up.
very expensive. And then, the reason we were trying to go to Canada, I don't think we ever said it on the podcast, but we were trying to go to Mini Wargaming. And we were going to try to go up there to play some games and see if we can cross-promote and all that kind of good
Dude,
stuff.
hey man, happens if by December our stuff grows so much they invite us up there.
It won't.
That would be awesome, but I doubt it.
Oh no, you'd be surprised how our numbers are doing. I was surprised by it.
No?
Yeah, people were actually listening. I was like, cool.
Thank you all for listening.
My British boyfriend just got to go to Mini Wargaming.
Is that the different Austin?
Yeah.
Your British boyfriend.
So-
I love how that sticked.
Alright, so we just lost everybody that watches the Austin. You just creeped them out. Is that the dude with the girls and stuff?
Yeah, it's the guy with 2 wives.
Damn.
Yeah, you could say that. He's
Well,
open
I'm pretty
with
sure
that.
he's probably just didn't want to be like, oh man, he's a dude. those girls are hot. And then the girl that plays Necrons is like the ultimate hot. Because she plays Necrons, and Necrons is like one of the best armies ever.
She's Russian.
That too. A little scary.
That is. You get a boner every time a knife gets pulled out on me.
I know she came to town and I missed it.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I want to learn how to play Necrons from her. I mean, I know how to play Necrons. John showed me, but just be like, hey, I'm into Necrons. Can you show me? Like really slow, like
that fucking that fake cutesy routine to try to do. It'll work on people.
It
It sounds
really creepy.
Yeah.
You know, earlier when we were talking about the hype girl for Warhammer Citadel, I was trying not to be skeevy. I didn't realize that we could be skeevy on this show, but Tony just did it.
I mean, I try not to be just in general, but
I just want her to say Necrons real slow.
Necrons.
Oh shit! You brought the deep voice. I'm out, guys.
Other than that, John might have a few things to talk about.
Oh, actually, I have this thing, because I do a lot of research for the show in the 5 minutes before we start.
Yeah. It's not like you have weeks between shows or you can gather information.
You guys think it's a joke, but seriously, it's crunch time. Like when he sits down on my couch to record.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
So I just found this. Rumors: Primaris Marine transports in the works. And then this is in quotation marks.
Mm-hmm.
Well, today's rumor from an industry professional says to look for the GW Classic, a fast second Space Marine Codex coming in 2019. Yes, it really shouldn't surprise anyone, as Space Marines have pretty much gotten 2 codexes each edition going back a while. I'm sure you remember the pattern. Their codexes come out first, then they lose their luster under the weight of every other codex behind them. Then GW gives them a second codex to bring them back up to par with the meta. Next edition launches. There is no
repeat.
Yeah. There is no exact time within 2019, but word says to look for the new book to feature a new set of Primaris reinforcements as Guilliman and Call continue to expand the capabilities of their new Uber Marines to face the new horrors of the galaxy. There's talk of a Primaris Flyer hitting the shelves, as well as a small unit transport designated for Primaris units.
So what's bigger than a Rhino?
That's a tanks, right?
I don't know. An elephant.
Hippo? Is a hippo
Hippo.
bigger than a Rhino?
Hippopotamus?
An elephant?
I mean, elephant, but elephant doesn't sound badass.
What is it?
Mammoth?
Yeah, mammoth. There you go.
Mammoth? No, isn't that already? I think that might be a Forgeworld thing, honestly.
Is it?
I think so. I think it's a huge fucking tank.
A bear.
Fucking stupid.
Are we just naming
bear transport?
There you go. I can't think of big animals in 4 legs.
I mean, I just had to. I'll have to come back to it.
A hippo, maybe.
I mean, that's like the closest.
That's
thing
like the biggest you can get next to a mammoth.
Mm-hmm.
Well, are new Beastmen coming out for AOS?
Yes, they are. Those
are the ones that look like Minotaurs, right?
The thing is, it's not officially announced by GW. It was just leaked from the White Dwarf.
Oh, okay. So it's a rumor mill thing.
It's not a rumor mill thing. It is confirmed because it is in White Dwarf. The Beast of Chaos is what they're called. They're gonna have their own battle tome, and they're gonna have endless spells, and they're gonna have like this. I guess like a terrain piece specific to them. So.
I was watching the pieces. They look alright.
Was it that bull endless spell?
Yeah.
That didn't look so cool.
It's like a half bull. It's
like
half fire, just fucking running. So yeah, that's what's happening on AOS. Rumor is that.
Rumor has it
that the next battle tome after that is gonna be Dark Oath. It seems like they might be doing some dark elves, basically coming back, some true dark elves. Because of all the endless spells, they're thinking that might be. But that's complete rumor mill. That's neither here nor there.
So what you're saying is, like corn husk, elves also don't digest very well.
Wow.
I give you props, and I'm pretty sure there's some fucking nerd that's listening to this is laughing their ass off.
He's like,
this nerd that's right in front of you was just like, I get it. It wasn't funny. Your delivery sucks.
That's all we need is for someone to say John's funny. He's like, yeah.
No,
I get 3 a year.
I limit him to 3 a year because he thinks he's really funny. He laughs his ass off. Like, it's not funny.
We already said this. John has dad humor.
Yeah, he does.
They think they're hilarious over there slapping their knee, and we're like,
if John could dance, he'd be that dancing dad. That dude that does all the fucking new dance moves. That'd be
I
him.
thought you were saying he's gonna do a little jig on the side. How funny he is.
I mean, he could do that jig. He's just afraid of jiggling his titties. That's comedy right there. But other than that, John has a couple of things that he wants to talk about. One, he's actually played KT, Kill Teams.
Yeah.
And then after that, he has a play of the game. So
Play of the week.
Which I saw.
I keep saying play of the game, but
Yeah.
because that one rolls off the tongue better.
Yeah.
But
I mean, play of the week sounds weird because
play of the episode.
Yeah. Or the must. No, you're right. It's weird.
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 We'll work on it.
So, I'm actually going to start with the play of the week,
Okay.
since we are already on the topic of endless spells. Endless spells. Alright, so, 2,000 point game of Age of Sigmar.
Ooh, interested.
That's the big full table stuff, right?
That's a big
Yes,
full
sir.
table, yes.
Ooh.
I had my fucking Bulldog Cabbage Patch Kid.
That's right. Mr. Cabbage himself.
I had my big dragon with the orc on it.
Okay.
Uh,
I know what you're talking about.
just making sure. You kind of looked at me like you...
Oh, no. When it comes to AOS, I know you only play those badass orcs. Which I told you I wish I had gotten over the little ass dwarves with too many detail, but they don't want.
So, I'm running a Mega Boss and a Shaman,
Okay.
and then a detachment with a War Chanter and a bunch of orc stuff.
Okay.
So you brought all the heavy hitter orcs, huh?
Yeah, and then
2,000 point game, baby.
and then I brought
You
the
must have won this one, right? You had to. So all that power?
Matt.
That silence right here should provide all you know.
Matt Smith, cousin Matt,
Mm-hmm.
brought 2 troop units,
Uh-huh.
1 skeletons, like a 20 man I think, and 1 gas to 20 men,
Ooh.
and he brought Nagash. And then he brought
Sneaky
those
Nagash.
Demon Prince looking guys, the Nagash's bodyguard thing.
The Morgul.
Yeah, so he brought just 2 of those, and I think 1, possibly 2 HQ characters,
Okay.
just little guys. They were metal. They're old Nagashi stuff.
Oh, okay.
Like necromancers or some shit
Yeah.
like that. Just to help bring back his stuff that died, right?
Mhm.
So the majority of his board is just Nagash with 2 units of a fucking summonable
sounds
guys.
nothing against an orc army.
It sounds like nothing. I apologized to him before the game started. I was like, I'm sorry. I'm reading the rules for my models, and I'm like, oh fuck, this is dirty.
Yeah.
And so we're setting up, right? He sets his, what were they called, Morghast?
Morghast.
He sets them up. I set up my fucking I don't even remember what it's called now because I just keep calling it a fucking Bulldog and a Cabbage Patch Kid.
It is the
The orc dragon, just say that.
Fuck. Not Markonaut. That's fucking 40K. Doesn't matter. He's fucking
Yeah.
cabbage.
Okay, so I set up my cabbage right in front of them, right? And my intention is to kill them, charge, kill them, and then keep charging, which he does. During my hero phase, my whole army can move because that's the detachment I took.
Okay.
So we roll off, and I go first. My whole army is really fucking close, but not charge distance close.
Okay.
All right. So even if he doesn't move on my next turn, I can move and charge.
Okay.
Okay.
Gotcha.
So he does his movement phase, and with one of his little side guys, he does the endless spell with the portals.
Okay.
Sets up one portal in front of Nagash, sets up another portal in front of my army.
Uh-huh.
I did try to dispel it with my one dispel for my shaman.
Yeah.
I didn't make it. So then Nagash, with a grand total of +4 to cast, he summons the Purple Sun. He kills some stuff. He kills one of my Hog Riders. Badly wounds another Hog Rider from a different unit. Puts a couple of wounds on my War Chanter. And does so much damage to my fucking Cabbage Patch Kid that he left it at 1. He rolled a 6 with the Purple Sun, which was 2d6 worth of damage because we were playing on Shaiish.
Uh-huh.
And then he rolled an 11 on those 2d6 damage. So he left. He left my Cabbage Patch at 3 wounds.
Sounds like you should call like the authorities. He got raped over
So
here.
then
Dang.
Nagash does that flaming ball with teeth.
Uh-huh. The endless gnashing maws or whatever.
So that thing comes around, pretty much finishes killing the one unit of orc riders that had lost the model, and then finished killing the one model that had damage on it from my second unit, and then finished killing my Cabbage Patch Kid, so that's gone. And then he summons the Tidal Wave, which annihilated another unit of... it finished off the unit of Orc Riders, and somehow or another he put 4 wounds on my War Chanter and 5 wounds on my Shaman with his endless spells. And then the closest units to him, which we're obviously going to charge him on my turn, he summoned the Shackles to have my range distance and stuff like that. My movement.
Is this all one turn?
Yeah, that's Nagash. Nagash does, 12 spells?
Something like that.
Yeah, and
you apologize hitting up your models. Ooh,
yeah. So it was devastating. He pretty much got off every endless spell except for the swords and the one that blinds you, the crystals.
Yeah.
Other than that, he got off all the other ones.
All right. Now.
He summoned the pendulum right across the battlefield. It was bad.
So.
No wonder I saw his origami for sale.
All right.
Like, why is Johnson in his orgs?
There's one thing in common that I hear throughout this, and that is more than one endless spell.
Yes, what we didn't know until after the game was that each wizard can only summon one of the endless spells.
Yes.
Nagash summoned about 8 of them.
So that whole thing was illegal, but
It kicked my ass.
in true John fashion, he just let it ride.
But if it wasn't illegal...
If it wasn't illegal, it would be...
It was terrible. It was devastating.
I don't know why anybody would not have wizards in their army if they could do that. Like, if that was actually legal, it'd just be like a whole bunch of... And it pretty much was Legions of Nagash at one of the major tournaments that happened.
Just a whole bunch of magic everywhere.
Pretty much. Just fucking flinging fucking spells everywhere. And what you were thinking of, your cabbage, there's 2 versions. There's Gordrak, Fist of Gork, and then there's the Mega Boss...
Maw Crusher!
Damn. So... By
your shit, John.
By me hearing this, is you lost that game.
Horribly.
Did you at least hit him once?
I took out half of his skeletons and half of his ghast, and then on his turn he brought them all back to life.
So you did nothing.
Pretty much.
And
Good on the gash. That's good on the gash.
And here it is. I thought you were the veteran player in this group. Turns out Matt owned you.
Well, it was Age of Sigmar. All of us started Age of Sigmar at the same time.
I guess not, because Matt...
But yeah, I mean, it was totally fucking illegal. We didn't know until afterwards how illegal it was. You know, I would have... Because he didn't kill any one unit with the first endless spell that he set off, which was the Purple Sun.
It was the cheating that actually got him to win.
It wasn't cheating. We didn't know. Neither of us knew.
I know what it is. But that's pretty cool, though. It sounds like the Nagash character is actually something to be feared.
Oh, for sure. He's awesome. But...
Yeah, well, this is coming from a guy that, just like I said, pinky in the water of it. I look at the models and go, that's pretty. Mm-hmm. And then I try to build them, and I was like, fuck this shit.
I get that. Because there's some models where I'm just like, oh man, it looks so fucking awesome, and I'm like, I do not want to paint that.
Why did it have to be so small pieces? That's what I'm saying. Why?
Why did you pick the only army that was that small?
I didn't know it. All right, my head didn't click that maybe dwarves would be small and then heavy detailed.
Yeah.
But it turned out that way, and I gave up so fast.
Yes, you did. Yes,
and then I see John's orcs, and I was like, oh man, I could totally paint that and do that.
John, do you want to sell him your orc?
No.
But alright, that was the play of the episode. I gotta come
I
up
how
with
that keeps changing.
Yeah,
Play of the week.
That has to fucking change. I'm gonna come up with something better. I'll come back with
you have to have your sports announcer voice.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like play of the. Damn it! What is it?
So we'll get back to that. But John, now I'm gonna say this. KT sounded very cool at the beginning. Like Kill Team sounded very cool in 7th edition, where I was just like, that sounds fucking awesome. Came back in 8th edition. I was like, alright, it's coming back. Still cool. Now that I've seen a few bat reps, and it could be just the bat reps themselves, I find KT boring. So, what was your experience with it?
I enjoyed it very much,
Okay.
actually. I mean, it's small scale 40K.
Yeah.
You're using your same models with the same rules. You're limited to your troops choice. And it's just, you don't always have 3 hours to play a fucking game.
True.
You know, I played Jay and Simon, and both games took about 30 minutes each.
Nice.
So
the biggest plus is that it's just fast.
yes, it's
Okay.
fast. It's perfect for people starting off in the game because you don't need 1,000 points. You just need 100.
Yeah.
You know, literally one fucking box of troops choice will get you a kill team.
That's
Yes.
me.
Yeah, it's you.
Yeah,
I watched
for
it.
sure.
I watched the how to play.
Mhm.
I was like, oh man, this is so cool. And I was like, it's so simple.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it could be hella competitive.
Yes.
Because you have to know your 100 team like perfect, where how to maneuver, how to move. I was
I can
like,
see it. Yeah, for
I'm
sure.
in.
It's just maybe it's just the bat reps that I just saw just made it sound really boring.
Is it?
And I'm usually in on bat reps. That's the thing.
Is it the entertainers though that
It could be. It could be somebody that's just like, very dry and kind of not making it sound
Wah,
interesting.
wah,
Yeah,
wah, wah.
Exactly.
Because
Just
of when I was trying to get into Warhammer, of course you go to YouTube and you watch bat reps and you
Yeah.
watch how to plays. The dudes from Austin, very cool. They keep moving. It's entertaining. Yeah,
Match at the game table.
right. But then I listened to the guys from Canada, the mini wargaming. Some of them are so boring that I fall asleep not knowing what turn it is.
not everybody has the
Charisma.
charisma. Yeah.
Dave does.
But
Dave's my Canadian boyfriend.
but
Yeah, boyfriends all over the world, don't you?
but I see two ways. The dudes from Austin are casual, fun, entertainment.
Yeah.
Well, the guys from Canada are technical. They explain down to everything they choose and everything. And the guys from Austin is like, okay, this is what I'm playing. And they go turn by turn.
Yeah.
I was like, okay. So I'm guessing that's what you need for Kill Team. You need something that caters to you.
Yes, very much. I have to find something, and maybe that's it. Maybe it's just one. I would have to find somebody that can explain KT, on a good kind of technical basis with
On
just
the
enough.
Roman level.
Yeah, exactly. On a technical level, but just enough charisma to keep me engaged.
Well, here we go.
The other part, you don't have any charisma. The other part is just the fact that I think I just have to play it, like, just shut up and just do it. So, what was your experience?
Well, I played 2 games with 2 different deployments
Okay.
and 2 completely different objectives. So basically, my army, because I only took 1 for the thing, it was 5 Plague Marines and 7 zombies.
Okay.
And
Plague Marines.
Plague Marines.
Okay. Gotcha.
Did I not say that?
I think you said 5 Marines and 7 zombies.
Whatever.
I just wanted to clarify.
Yeah, Plague Marines. So it was 100 points exactly. I didn't know anything about the game going in, so I was just like, I got toys.
All right. Fair enough.
So you have to take you get 4 special rules for 4 different models.
Okay.
You get your leader, which is locked in. Your leader has the leader special rule, which is every turn you get a command point.
Okay.
And every turn you get a command point. So as long as your leader's alive, you're getting 2 command points every turn.
Okay.
And then you have 3 specialists, up to 3 specialists. You don't have to take them, but why wouldn't you, right?
True.
You get extra rules, you take them. And you can pick your specialism according to the model that you're assigning it to.
Okay.
So you can take combat.
Okay.
And it gives somebody +1 attack.
Okay.
Because in the game, like my Plague Marines, they all only have 1 attack.
Mm-hmm.
So they weren't that great in close combat. So
Okay.
my combat guy had 2 attacks, which was great.
Okay.
You can take Zealot,
Okay.
which gives +1 attack and +1 strength on the turn that you charge only.
Okay. Fierce charge.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's great unless you get charged or they didn't die at the time you charged. So it's very situational.
Mm-hmm.
You can take Veteran, which makes you immune to leadership debuffs.
Okay.
And you can take Gunner, which does something.
I'm assuming like maybe +1 to ballistics or maybe reroll ones.
Something. Heavy though, you can put it on somebody with a heavy weapon and they can move and fire without penalty.
Ooh.
Demolitions, you can shoot whenever you're shooting through a wall. Because you're a demolitions expert, you get +1 damage.
Okay.
There's Medic, which I really gotta reread Medic. It's kind of weird. And then Comms lets the guy next to you reroll 1s or something like that. I don't know.
Okay.
So you take each specialism according to what your guy's armed with or what you want him to do on the battlefield.
Okay. And just a question here. Is it good to vary your army, or is it good to just kind of stick with a game plan, like 3 gunner specialists or something like that?
I feel like you can do whatever you want to do because my army, at the time, because I was playing with the Marines that came stock out of the box, the Dark Imperium box, I didn't have a lot of options. They all come with the same shit.
See, that's what I saw in the videos that I saw. It depends on the army you choose and the class you choose.
It's just how you want to play.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jay's army, however, he was playing Gene Stealers, and all his guys had different weapons. And they all, he won.
Very nice.
So
it sounds more like a variety just to cover certain bases.
Yeah,
but don't get
Too
out there where everybody is armed with something different,
Yeah.
and you end up not where you want to be on the board.
Fair enough.
Yeah, because I saw the game I saw was just like I think 5-6 pieces, just trying to show you.
Mm-hmm.
But then with the price I won from the iOS, I bought a kill team stuff and it's a whole bunch of orcs.
Okay.
Which I started thinking of tactics of how to play them.
Mm-hmm.
It was like it's a mass thing.
Yeah,
So-
the army you're gonna be playing with. It's mid range.
It's like horde mid range. Just like charge them, and there's gonna be a lot of bodies. So there are a little bit of bodies that my small points are gonna overcome whatever they have. Hopefully, but I guess if I'm playing someone that has like 5 good Marines with different with good guns, they're probably gonna shoot me down before I get there.
Mm-hmm.
So it's all I guessing what you choose your army to be.
Yes.
What I really like about it is I think it favors horde armies that typically have shitty armor saves over something with a great armor save, like a Marine. Because if you take a wound, you roll a die. On a 1, 2, or 3, it's a flesh wound, which means you're still in the game. On a 4, 5, or 6, it's a kill shot. So even stuff that's saving on 5s, that doesn't mean you're dead. It could just be a flesh wound.
Okay.
And you don't need a left arm, right?
Tis a flesh wound.
So each model can have up to 3 flesh wounds. However, each flesh wound gives you a -1 to hit on close combat and shooting.
Oh, okay.
All Marines, good guys or bad guys, have transhuman something or other.
I
Where
like how you're world informant this time.
they're Astartes, so they ignore the first flesh wound they take. So they don't get that -1 penalty until they go to 2 flesh wounds.
Ah, fair enough.
So
For the 2 games you played, are you hooked?
I like it very much. I'm going to be playing a lot of it.
All right. Well, I did have some ideas for kill teams.
Mm-hmm.
I'm leaning 1 or 2 ways, and because kill team is such a small scale, I could probably do both of them. I'm thinking because I've always wanted to play Tyranids, but I never wanted to play Super Horde where I have to get, a fucking
whole bunch of them.
1,000 fucking little models that I have to move across the battlefield. But with KT, smaller board, limited models, I'm thinking about maybe trying out some Tyranids, but I'm also thinking about...
I never thought of that.
I mean,
kill teams is a perfect opportunity to try the armies that you didn't want to waste your money on.
Exactly, yes.
Oh, that's smart. Good looking out, bro.
So another thing is, I want to do a specialty faction of Space Wolves, because I sort of like Space Wolves, and sort of don't.
Mm.
But they're in snow. So I'm thinking about doing some snow bases, and possibly working with some green stuff, seeing what I can do, and I'm going to make them into Christmas Space Wolves. So they'll have a little bit of red armor, a little bit of blue, maybe a little bit of red, a little bit of green. I'm sorry. So we'll see.
I just remember that I traded for the Knights too. Maybe I could make that a kill team.
What Knights? The Grey Knights.
The Grey Knights.
Yeah,
I have a little box of Grey Knights that
yeah.
I would have to find, but I have a little box of Grey Knights.
You have a little box of Grey Knights.
I probably have to buy 1 piece or 2 to make a kill team, but who knows?
I mean, I think with a box you should be good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Grey Knights are expensive. I have in the Atomic army that I'm taking, I have a guy with the Transuribus Oculus, which is not what it's called, but it's a sniper rifle.
You're awful at shit.
So the sniper rifle guy is taking the sniper special rule, which lets him reroll 1s to hit, which is apparently a 17% boost in accuracy.
Okay.
And then another guy next to him is going to have the comms special rule, which comms allows you to bestow a +1 to hit buff to another model within 6 inches of the shooting phase.
Oh, okay.
So it's just stuff like that. You can have stuff work together. Like heavy, you can let them move without the penalty, and then give somebody with comms the buff to the heavy guy, so he's hitting on 2s. Let's say if he's a marine, which with a heavy weapon, you're gonna get multiple wounds, which you want because of those flesh wounds.
Nice.
Another thing I forgot to mention. If you're shooting from more than half distance of your weapon, you get a -1 to shoot. And if you're shooting through cover, it's another -1 to shoot. So that first turn, you're usually hitting on 5s.
Okay, so like let's say a Storm Bolter, 24 inches is at 24 inches.
You get a -1 to shoot.
You get a -1.
But at 12 inches, you shoot regularly and get rapid fire. So it sounds tedious. It sounded tedious to me. I was like, dude, I'm gonna be at -2 like for this whole fucking game.
Yeah.
It's not that bad. It still goes over very quickly.
Nice. Good to hear. So,
sounds like something fun and small that I've been wanting to play.
Yeah, it seems like exactly what you were looking for, Tony. Because
it could be competitive. It's small. I don't want to waste a lot of time.
And the best thing is, which I want to do for house games once I have all the terrain that I want to get.
Okay.
Is that's just match play. You can do there's another type, I forgot what it is, but basically you get money to pay for the people in your army, and that's your team. Like Necromunda, that's your team. So if I play you,
like an RPG.
Yeah. If I play you and I win and I gain money, the guys that you killed are dead. Like fucking Bob's gone. So
no, not Bob.
So now I gotta spend some of the money that I earned beating you to pay for fucking
a new recruit.
Yeah, for a new recruit, so I can play Tony. And if I lost and Bob's dead and I have no money, then fucking I'm gonna have to play Tony without Bob.
So it sounds like another version of Necromunda 2. Because Necromunda was one of those games I wanted to try.
Yeah.
It's a small team.
Yeah.
And different.
But Necromunda's like a whole nother fucking.
I know. I've seen videos on that. It's a whole different beast.
Yeah, this is simplified. Like I was talking to Will and X, and they were Because that's what I asked them. I was like, so if I'm going to play Kill Teams, should I just, like, not do Necromunda? Because I do want to play Necromunda.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, it's a completely different ballgame. And they're telling me that X had put all this money into this one dude, and he stepped on a mine and blew up. So since he lived, but he was already like so invested in him that he gave him a pair of bionic legs so he could walk again, and never paid for him to have another gun because this guy just walks around the battlefield fucking super kicking people in the chest.
Spartan him. Yeah. That's cool.
This is Necromunda.
See, I like that the creativity without having to mess so much with the hobby stuff.
Without having, you're just thinking like you can handle like the small amounts of hobby, with just
that, or I could afford someone to pay to paint the small amount of hobbies.
Roman's paint shop is open. He's painting every day. But work, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it sounds something that I could manage,
mm-hmm.
and it's something that I haven't had many 40K games or AOS games.
Yeah.
So it's something I could dip my toe in and be like, okay, I could now take this tactical group and maybe widen it up and get a 40K army off of it. Or learn how to, like, okay, maybe I didn't like the orcs I bought. Maybe orcs is not for me.
Yeah.
But I tried the Grey Knights and it turns out the Grey Knights are for me. I could put more money into them and might start making a bigger army off of them. Yeah. Learning how to play different factions for different stuff. Yeah. I don't know, there's a lot of possibilities. I like it. And like I said, I saw the stuff for YouTube and it seems like there's different variations to play the same game, which you learn for Warhammer. Because turns out Warhammer, I didn't know you could do other than just kill everybody. Because that's what I thought when we started playing Warhammer, was it 2 years ago? I was just like, you see everybody on that side of the table, kill them. Turns out no. Turns out there's like hold the objectives. There's all this stuff, and I was
there's
like,
some tactics to go.
Oh, dude, my second game I played against Simon, and he was playing Necron, so super shooty, not a lot of movement.
Yeah.
We randomly generated the mission. The mission was assassin. He had to kill my leader to win, and if my leader didn't die by the end of turn 5, I won. So I just like ran my leader into a building and just fucking kept him there, because his Necrons, they're slow, and I just tied them up with zombies. Like he was putting flesh wounds on my zombies, and they hit on 5s. So if I had 1 flesh wound, I was hitting on 6s. If I had 2, I wasn't hitting him at all. Didn't matter though, because he couldn't fucking get out of combat with me. So I ended up winning that.
You cheat at PlayStation.
I didn't cheat. I just played to my advantage.
There you go. But so overall, if you had to give KT a 5-star system, patented Grimworks 5-star system, what would you give it?
A 9 out of 10.
I like that answer. I like that answer. 9 out of 5.
9 out of 5. I think in order for Roman to like the game, he would have to play with it.
Yeah, I had to get my meaty claws on that.
Because there's not a lot of coverage for the things for you to kind of consume, so it's more of those trial and error play.
But speaking of KT and getting my meaty claws on it, we have a bit of announcement that kind of goes in with KT. So John, I'm gonna give you a little drum roll.
What's going on?
You're announcing the league.
Oh!
Why do we let him have a mic?
I don't know.
I started another 40K league. This is league number 3.
Yes.
Yeah. Second league officially under Grimworks.
Yes.
The first one you did by yourself, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So far, all of my leagues have been bigger than the one before it. People really seem to enjoy it.
Yeah, I was surprised how much hype this has got real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah. You like me. You
I'm
really
saying,
like
man,
me.
If this league goes good, maybe around December we start another league and we get Austin's attention and Canada's attention. It's like, hey, Grimworks, Perils of the Warp.
I will not be doing
a
holiday league because people are busy during the holidays.
I'm just saying.
I was thinking actually is doing a kill team league after this is over. Because it's smaller, faster.
People wouldn't want to get away from their families for a little bit.
Yeah. Nobody has money to drop on 40K when you're trying to buy presents for your family.
Very true.
Yeah. So.
But we'll maybe announce that once we work out the kinks on it.
Yeah.
First,
But
let's announce this 40K league that
so
you
the
are.
Marvel Weekly 3
The Marvel Weekly 3.
is set for. It's not a hard date, but we're thinking about September 10th.
Yeah, it's
as
about
the start
90%.
date. It's about 90%. Still 10% chance of that it will not. Either way, John, let them know a little bit about it.
Specifics.
So, first and foremost, it's not purely 40K. There's also going to be
AOS.
there's also going to be kill teams.
Okay.
Is Kill Teams not 40K?
It's in the 40K universe, but it's not 40K.
I was
it's
gonna
kill
say
teams.
I could bring on my AOS. Fucking.
No.
Oh, I was like, I'm gonna go buy the tree men real quick.
Oh my god, I want those treatments so bad.
They look so cool,
They
dude.
do.
What people do with them and stuff. Anyways, so it's 40K and Kill Team.
Yeah. So, like always, it's going to be a $10 buy-in.
Okay.
100% of the buy-in money is going to be split up and divided as price support.
Okay.
But there's a little change this time because I know last time we said go sign up to the shops, right?
Yes. Now you are signing up via PayPal because we did have some problems last league about people being able to get to the shop on time.
Yes.
Which, I mean, I understand. Alien Worlds, West Lakes is right by my house, but it is all the way on the west side of town. If you're anywhere else, it's a little bit of a drive.
Plus, people are always busy, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But you always have your phone available, and that's
PayPal
why
is
you
a-
were doing
Yeah.
a few PayPal.
PayPal's
So,
convenient.
just so that nobody would like have any doubts or anything, I went ahead and made Jay Benya the holder of the funds.
Okay.
He is one of the founding members of Red Star.
That's right.
Plus, a really good guy.
One
Yes.
of the most trusted members and a great man.
Yeah, he looks good too.
And an excellent lover.
He's
Wow, and I thought I was a creepy one. All right, continue.
It's not creepy when you like a dude.
So where can they get?
yeah,
these
Tony.
people-
It's 2018.
Yeah.
True. Where can they get this PayPal information?
So there is a post on Alamo Gamers and a post on Red Star Gaming. So pretty much anybody in San Antonio should have already been able to see this information.
Don't we have a Morable Weekend page?
Yes, but you don't get added to that until the league starts and you paid.
Oh, okay. So that's the entry to get to the page.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I mean,
You
basically.
can't be cool with the cool guys until you pay to be part of the cool
Very
guys.
true.
So basically, the PayPal account is Gabriel AMR Pena. Gabriela,
Yeah.
Mr. Pena.
Yeah. I think Gabriella might be his wife.
Anyway,
Anyways, so the information is there on Alamo and Red Star.
real quick for PayPal, I don't know if you guys do a lot of PayPal. I do.
Mhm.
Make sure to send it through friends.
Yes.
You won't get taxed because if you send it as goods, they
Yeah.
will tax you.
They
Or
will.
they will tax
Jay.
Jay.
Yeah. So make sure that it's your friends and
It's like a donation or something like that. I forgot what
it's your friends.
Yeah,
Yeah, you can just do it by friends. You do put in the email that John just provided, and like I said, like he said, it's on the Alamo page as well as the Red Star page. So if you're interested there, another thing is you would want to do it directly through your bank. So you make sure that you have your bank added into your PayPal. Because if you use another form of like a credit card, you will be taxed as well for that.
Yeah, I
So-
think it's like a $2 tax.
Yeah,
or
it's like
something
another surcharge that they'll put on you. So
I did not know any of this.
yes, that's why I'm explaining it to you. Go ahead and make sure that you send it to him as a friend and through your bank card that's on there. Don't worry, it doesn't give him the information. All it does is it makes
It
sure
gives me the information.
all PayPal does, if you don't know, is PayPal just masks the transaction so that it's safe. So
Yeah.
it gets to the other person.
It's
Really
very
it is.
secure.
So you don't have to worry
Now,
about that.
is this league for San Antonio only, or could anybody join?
I mean, anybody can join if they want to fucking take a plane down here once a week
No,
to
I
play
mean,
a game.
I've seen people come from Austin.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if anybody in the surrounding areas does want to, does hear about this and wants to join, you do have to do your minimum games, and there's certain things that John will get into, but
Yeah. So
we're not.
to Tony's point, we did have an Austinite
Mhm.
in the league last time, and Austinite.
I didn't know that was a name.
Yeah.
If it's not, it is now.
I think I don't know.
San Antonians.
Or San Antonians. I don't know if they're Austintonians? I have no
Austin
idea.
Knights. sounds pretty
They're
cool.
Austinites.
Alright.
So basically, he was already in San Antonio on weekends for business, so he
Mm.
was able to get his one game a week in on the weekends, like every other week or something like that. So I did take a lot of Mike Blanton's Age of Sigmar League, in that you don't have to do the game in the week that it comes out, as long as you get the game in. I mean, you could fucking rush the entire league in like 2 weeks if you wanted to, like I did. In the Age of Sigmar one.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I was never on time. I didn't even play half the games in AOS, but I wanted to play AOS, so it was a good idea.
Yeah.
Props to Mike Blanton. He has some great ideas.
It keeps it casual and fun, and it caters to the people that can't go to the nerd shop more often. Because you said as long as you have pictures and you say who your opponent was, you can play anywhere.
Exactly.
So basically, this is what's going to happen. The 750 point week, you're going to play 2 750 point games of Warhammer, or 3 games of
Kill
teams, or 1 of each. And so if you play a game of 40K, you get a ticket with your name on it, and that's going to go into a big bowl or hat or cup or something for random drawings.
Where little people could throw it on the ground.
So if you play both games of 40K, you get both tickets. If you play 1 game of 40K and 1 game of Kill Teams, you get both tickets. However, to get both tickets for just Kill Teams, you do have to play all 3 games.
That's the catch.
Yeah, so you can just do 1 game for the week if that's all you have time for, and you'll get the 1 ticket.
Yep.
You know?
I have a question.
Yes.
Can you, for the whole league, just play Kill Teams and it'll be okay?
That's how I'm going to make it, yes.
Or is it you must play 40K?
No, you don't have to play 40K.
Okay.
However, as the points go up for 40K, like especially once we get to the 2,000 mark era, you're going to have to get more Kill Teams in if you don't want to play 40K. I'm not going to... I'm not going to let you play 2 30-minute games and get the same opportunity as somebody who played 2 3-hour games.
So as the points grows, the more games you must play for Kill Teams. Okay.
So before, what I was doing is I was matching people up according to who won and who lost.
Yeah.
And for about 80% of the time, I was able to get it pretty well. However, I did, not perfect. There was a lot of names. I was also trying to keep track of...
80% is being real generous.
He's got numbers.
It was I'm going to be real with you. It was like 65 to 70%.
I can remember when it was time for him to make the list.
He was like, "Oh God!"
No, he go find a corner and sit there, and no one could bother him.
Well, because I was taking care of everybody.
Yeah.
Because not everybody can meet on every day of the week. For example, Roman could only play Sunday and Monday. Yeah. So I had to match up against people who were available on Sundays and Mondays.
Yeah. It became a big hassle.
Yeah. I basically knew what the fuck everybody in the league was doing every week of the league. It's like...
I was in their most intimate of details.
So that these guys could find each other to play a game.
So now it's the Wild Wild West?
Now we're going to do it the way Mike Blanton did it. You find your own goddamn opponent. You have 7 days to do it.
Yep, it's a great system. So
it is.
We decided to implement it here.
So also, you can play the same person the entire league if you wanted to. You don't have to play everybody in the league. You don't have to play anybody that you don't know, don't like.
It takes a little bit away from the socialism of the games, but hey, at
the
least
caveat to that is that every new person you play that you haven't played before, you get a ticket with your name on it.
Now, these tickets are the things you want to get.
So if you really wanted to game the system, what you'd really want to do, I'm going to give this out. Now, you want to play your Kill Teams, right? You only want to play Kill Teams. You'll get your 3 to get your 2, right? But every person is different, so you get a total of 5 tickets. A week, maybe.
It's not going to be like that for Kill Teams. I'm going to have to...
You just ruined his plan. You didn't think about that either.
No, I did think about that.
Okay.
It's probably however many 40K games are required for the week. You can't get more than what the other person's getting.
Gotcha.
So you're going to even it off.
Yeah. So no matter if you play both games, if you only play one or the other, you have the same opportunity no matter what you're doing. So
No.
if you can get 2 tickets for playing 40K against 2 different people, then your 3 games of Kill Teams, you can only get 2 tickets.
So you're limited at just
Yeah.
4. Okay.
Nobody can have more opportunity than anybody
Gotcha.
else in this league. It is
Okay,
completely
so-
fair.
We covered find your own opponent,
Mhm.
and each opponent you get different. You get a ticket.
Mhm.
We covered
The amount of
40 games, right? You could play whoever.
It is
you
going to be
want.
escalation style.
Mhm.
So it's the first game is going to be 750. The last game is going to be 2,000
And it jumps every 2 weeks.
every 2 weeks.
And you have 7 days to play.
Find your opponent. Yes.
Yeah.
The week starts on Monday, but the Sunday before I will have your missions.
Okay.
Okay, so you can be missions.
Yeah.
And you can either play 40K straight, or Kill Team straight, or cross.
Yeah, or cross
Now,
contaminate.
locations. Do we give out anything for locations? If you're gonna play in different locations.
Okay, so there are several places to play here in San Antonio alone. We have both Alien Worlds. We have Grimdark Games. We have the GW store, even though nobody plays there.
To be honest with you.
You can play in your living room. You can play in your bathroom. You can play anywhere you want. If you sign up from Austin and 2 people sign up from Austin, then y'all need not to leave your damn city. You just play with each other the whole goddamn league.
Good.
However,
How cool if John's boyfriend from Austin signs up. That'd be something, right?
It's possible.
Something.
He knows John's making this league now.
Hey, I think he knows you personally, right?
kind of.
All right, so there you go. Just tell him, hey, homie, jump on this.
So, Alien Worlds, Westlakes, and Grimdark Games have both donated to the prize pool.
Ooh,
And this is the
bravo.
reason you want to get your tickets, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes. Grimdark Games donated a box of Catachan. First of all, when I was talking to these guys, seeing if they wanted to donate to the league, I asked specifically for troops to help people with kill teams.
Okay.
So Grimdark Games donated a box of Catachan,
Okay.
which is really cool that they had it in store because that's a web direct order.
Yes.
And they have more Catachan stuff that I want to go get.
Mm-hmm.
And a box of Space Marine Attack Marines.
Nice.
Okay.
Alien Worlds Westlakes donated. There's these new kill team boxes which come with a couple of models and a couple of pieces of terrain.
Yeah.
So they donated a $50 box. Right now there's only 2 $50 boxes because some of them cost more than that.
Yes.
But as time goes by, there might be more
Mm-hmm.
$50 boxes, which is why they didn't specify which one right now.
Yeah.
But it is one worth $50 of the kill team specific boxes that have your troops choice and your terrain. So in order to qualify for the prizes that the stores give away, you have to play your games for that week in that store.
Gotcha.
Gotta take pictures and everything.
Yeah, pictures and everything. So if you want that box of Catachan as badly as I do, you need to play your game at Grimdark.
Yep. And when you go over there, tell them Grimworks send you. Show them love.
Yeah. Grimworks is also donating to the prize pool. That's us, by the way,
Yeah.
people.
All of us as a collective are gonna.
As a company, we're gonna donate.
So we are gonna do the painting prize, the best painted prize. But we're also going to do a couple of small easy build boxes, like the 3 Reaver Man and the 3 Plague Marine and the 5 Poxwalkers, stuff like that. Those little $15 easy build boxes. We're just gonna give those out randomly.
Perfect. Kill
Perfect for kill teams.
I think we're trying to push Kill Teams just a little
I think
bit.
John's just fucking.
He fell in love.
Yeah.
I'm liking it.
I mean, a lot of people like it. It's
Yeah.
a big thing right now.
I might be one of those as well. I just
All
haven't
right.
played
So what about the entrance money? Gonna be
So
priced too?
yeah, that's gonna be random giveaway. So basically, let's say it's 25 people, which we had like 27 or something people in the last league. So 25 to make it simple for my simple brain is $250. I generally like to split it up in $50 increments. So at 25 people, that'll be 5 $50 prizes in store credit to either Grimdark Games or Alien Worlds.
Okay. Divvy them out as we see fit.
Yeah. They donated to the prize pool, so that's where the store credit's going.
Yes.
Jay Pena, the formidable lover, apparently, also said that Red Star Gaming is going to be donating to the prize pool.
Nice.
Damn, this is growing pretty decently.
It is.
Yeah.
Canada, here we come.
So I was texting him, and
He was sexting him.
and I asked him if he knew like what it was he was gonna donate.
Yeah.
And he said it might, maybe, not 100% yet, but it might be just a start collecting box.
Oh, nice.
For any army across either platform. So if you want, orcs, or if you want Oruks, you can win that prize.
AOS here.
And start your army.
So all the prizes are random,
Random.
except for even the store ones. But you must visit the stores that you want to get the prize.
Yeah.
To.
The only prize that's not random is the best painted. So for best painted, basically Kenneth S won best painted on the last league, and
He's a sure favorite.
as soon as he started putting pictures up of his toys, like the interest in the best painted prize just kind of dropped. Everybody's like, we're not beating him.
Yeah.
So you cannot.
So you can't, Kenneth, you can't compete. Sorry, homie.
Kenneth can compete. He cannot enter models that were entered in the previous league.
Also, it's a blank state.
Yes.
Interesting.
It's either going to be an HQ, a vehicle, or a monster. And you have to send me a picture of a blank slate.
I was going to say, you had to send a picture of you. That's no motivation.
I will take pictures of you. That's fine.
Now,
I take nudes.
Now, does blank slate mean that it has to be on sprue?
It does not have to be on sprue. It can be built and primed. That's it.
No color.
No color. Unless your primer was a color.
Hey,
But I don't want to see any other fucking drop of paint on that bitch, or I will not let you enter it into the contest.
Fair enough.
All right. So I think we got covered up. All right, let me see. Let me recap real quick. We're going to start September the 10th, maybe.
Yes.
Possibly.
$10 to get in. You're going to have to go through PayPal this time. The PayPal information is going to be on the post, either on the Red Star, Animal Gamers, or I'll put it on the Grimworks. You won't be part of the page until you pay up.
Yes.
All right, it's going to be an escalation league. It's going to jump every 2 weeks. And it's going to start at $750, and it's going to end at $2,000.
It'll be $750, $1,250, $1,500, and $2,000.
Okay, it's going to be both 40K and kill teams. You would have
2,000.
12,000. Fuck it.
I think I have that.
it's going to be a mix of kill teams and 40K. You could earn tickets to get into the prize stuff both ways. So we're going to put that out because it's math. All right. You are going to have to find your own opponent. You could play anywhere you want, but there is some incentives to play in the locations of the stores that are donating. Everything's going to be picture proof, right? I'm watching either John personally or put it through the Greenwork stuff, but mostly John personally because, we're bad at internets. We have donations from us, Grimworks, and Perils of the Warp. We have stuff from Red Star. We have stuff from Alien Worlds, Westlakes, and we have stuff from Grim Dark, right? All that's going to be prizes. All that's going to be random, plus the buy-in money. So what I hear is get all the chances to get tickets. Be able to pull that lucky ticket out of the box.
Yeah. If you win a $15 easy to build box or a pack of dice, that does not eliminate you from one of the bigger prizes.
Okay.
If you win a big prize, that does eliminate you from further big prizes.
Okay. All right. So ways to get tickets is either pay kill teams 40K, play different people, go to different stores, or that's it.
That's it.
Okay. What else?
I also trade tickets for nudes.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he does.
Yeah, I'm not sending you nudes, Jeff.
I already have yours.
Oh, God.
The only thing that's going to be judged is best painted, and it must be a primed only model. It's going to be a HQ, a vehicle, or a monster, which I didn't even know what that was a thing.
Yep.
And what else? Oh, the rules of kill teams to 40K. It has to be something.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Because that was important.
Yeah.
I was like,
So,
do this in that
your
time.
kill team does not have to be taken out of your 40K army. It doesn't have to be models that are in your army. However, it does have to be models that are battle brothers with your 40K army. For instance, my 40k army for the league is going to be Catachan, but my kill team is going to be Mechanicum.
Okay. So, yeah, they still have Imperium.
Yes. If you're playing demons for the league, like I'm sure Alexander is going to be playing his fucking Corn Demons. Corn Demons or any demons don't have a kill team yet. I do hope they come later, but they don't. So if he wants to play kill teams, he'll have to do it with his World Eaters.
I got a question.
Yes.
I'm going to be playing Orcs kill team. What can I play with on 40k?
Orcs.
Roman?
Yes.
Really?
That is true.
Unfortunately, armies like Tau, Necrons, Orcs, and Tyranids do not have Battle Brothers. And I'm sorry.
So I might have to work up a little different kill team than while I play 40k. Because I don't have an Orc army.
You don't have an Orc 40k
Or-
army, or you could just go straight kill
You can
teams.
go straight kill teams works.
Which I am, and I'm going to make it competitive as fuck. I'm going to be calling out people.
Yeah.
If you play me in kill teams and I beat you, this is if, and it's mostly if.
That's a big if.
That's a big if. I haven't played a game in a while.
Uh-huh.
I don't think my army's built. But I'm putting this out, and I'm putting this out right now. If you play me in kill teams and I beat you, I will go to all the internets and tell the people how much you got beat. You know how John got raped by Matt? I'm gonna put that everywhere. I'll be like, it's happened. I beat you.
But what if it's a close game?
No, you ain't. If I win, I won by a landslide. I beat you, I obliterated. It's gonna be, it's because it's fun for me that way. And
I mean, you're not gonna make many friends in the league if you do so. Just saying.
I'm not here for friends. I'm here for blood.
Yeah, but then, like, I don't know if you're gonna win tickets or anything.
I don't
The
need,
good thing is that
I
you
don't
suck at
need your
games.
prizes.
So.
You know what's the prize me win?
Uh-huh.
I already hear people gonna hate it. You know what? I'm here for blood. I'm not changing my mind on this.
You can try.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, you're gonna go up against some heavy hitters and you're gonna be like, fuck.
I'm gonna paint your orcs pink now.
You see, but all these heavy hitters, they're new to kill teams too. So we're starting an even playing field.
Unless it's Jay. Jay just fucking mops the floor with you.
Oh, I'm coming after Jay too.
I want to make sure your first opponent's Xavier.
Or Will. Or X.
I'm coming after all the big hitters. Grimworks will be on the mat. You will know my name and be like, I got beat by Tony. That sounds so weak.
Like I was saying.
I wish I had like a cool. I wish I had a cool
I
name.
have an awesome name.
Like I was saying, some 40k armies don't have kill
That'll-
team
yeah.
appropriate troops like demons or Imperial Knights, for instance. It is going to be 2 detachments for the 750 point game. Not limited by type, so you play whatever 2 detachments or 1 detachment that you want.
Okay.
But no more than 2 detachments. So you can take 2 Imperial Knights in 750 points, I'm pretty sure. Even if one of them is just an armiger.
Yeah.
And if you take Imperial Knights, you obviously cannot play kill teams with those knights. So you'll have to play anything else from the Imperium of Man.
So the kill teams have to be
Battle buddies.
battle buddies to your 40k army.
Yes.
And if you're playing orcs, Tau, Nids, or Necrons, you're
Fucked.
Necrons is a strong 40k.
I mean, you're not fucked. It's just you're...
Yeah, there's no diversity for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to play the same army, which...
If you're playing those
it's-
army already, you know what's up.
In some cases, you probably will know those armies better than somebody that's transferring to somebody that they don't know all that well. So you may have an advantage there.
The models that you start this league with for the 40k side have to remain in your army to the very end. So if your starting army is a fucking Knight Dominus and a Knight Armiger, then those 2 models have to be in your 2,000 point list. They have to be in every list that you play with. Even if you don't continue with Knights. Let's say you want to play Imperial Guard. Well, now you have a shitload of Guardsmen plus a Dominus and a fucking Armiger.
So your starting army must be in your finishing.
Yeah, your 750 point list must always remain in your army.
Well-
That being said, you can move them around across detachments to fit your army as the points escalate. So if your starting army is 2 captains and a bunch of tac squads in a What's the one that's 5 command points?
Battalion.
Battalion. You can separate those two fucking HQs to make 2 separate detachments once the games go up to 1250.
Okay.
I had a question. Can you change your kill teams? Say you start with battle buddies, right? I'm pretty sure there's many things that have different battle buddies.
You can change your kill teams.
You can?
Yes, as long as it's still battle buddies.
Oh, damn.
Because basically what's happening is you're sending small teams of elite warriors and soldiers to get small objectives completed.
Yeah, you're sending on special ops.
Yeah,
from your
so
army.
maybe I don't want to send a bunch of guardsmen on this particular mission. I want to send a bunch of attack marines, you know.
Do you have to say what army you're going to use before you play anybody?
And the 40k side, yes.
In the kill teams?
And the kill teams, I would assume so.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure there's some armies out there that would beat the crap out of orcs no matter what.
Yeah.
But there's then some armies that the orcs would have advantage of.
Orcs are a top tier army, and you're.
That's right, and I'm coming out for blood. I just wanted to hear that.
Unfortunately, you suck at games, so.
Oh, that hurt!
There's still a tactical part to this.
You know what's funny? Because I've been in John each time I played.
Ooh,
But it's
not me
okay.
though.
I don't think I've ever played you.
I think we played 40k, and I think we're 1-1. Just like Warhammer Conquest, that card game.
So, I'm alright, and I'm coming for blood. So, who's the top dudes? X, J, all them peoples? I'm going to try to play them. And I'm going to try to talk shit to them. And I'm going to try to win. And Grimworks will be on the map.
Yeah, top players would be Roger X Acosta, William Lanson, Jay Pena, Mike Blanton. I don't know, anybody else want to answer the list?
I mean, those are like the veterans. Basically.
Yeah.
These are the guys that have been in the hobby and the
They know the ins and outs of
community
everything.
for a very long time, and experience is a lot more than just like studying and doing little tasks. Experience pays the most.
It's funny, I'm talking all this shit now. I'm fucking calling out names. And I'd be like, I got a game in, guys. Yay.
Yeah,
It was against John, and I won.
You're gonna get bitch slapped.
Alright, so it sounds like a fun time. Is that it?
And if there's any other questions, I would assume you can go ahead and shoot John a message on
Don't
Facebook.
shoot me.
Or you could just join our social media.
We can.
Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Just search out Grimworks. Tell them, hey man, I got questions for John for the league.
Mm-hmm.
Or no, find John.
And if you have specific long form questions of any kind, go ahead and send us an email at citypod88@gmail.com. And then the subject line, just go ahead and put 40K. But I believe that is it for this episode. We're just going to round out some hobby progress before we get out. So, Tony, I know you don't have hobby progress.
Actually, I do.
Oh, do you? I didn't expect that. That's why.
I bought orcs.
All right, I'll
allow it.
I'll allow buying as part of hobby progress.
I look at the pretty box and I go, John, can you please build this for me? That's just my hobby progress.
Fair enough. What about you, John?
Hobby progress.
None. Got it.
Hobby progress. I finished building my Blades of Corn army.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah, it's all done.
Okay, question.
Hmm.
Did you ever finish your fucking Corn Lord?
Corn Lord?
Yeah, the skull Lord of Corn.
I finished building my Blades of Corn.
You fucking bitch.
You know, when it comes down to hobby, me and John are not really hobby dudes. I seen him spatter pin me like, this is ready.
I am the hobby guy. Well, in preparation for the league, because I know that this was coming up, I had some insider info. Since I'm part of Grimworks and this podcast, and I'm John's fucking friend. Regrettably, but I'm
I
his
was going
friend.
to say that. I was like, sadly, you're John's friend.
I have been working on another army, specifically for this league.
Ooh, you bringing out something new?
I'm bringing out something new.
I'm intrigued now.
I will keep it under wraps until the league actually starts.
It's Necrons.
Yeah, it's Necron's fun.
Oh, Necrons are the best army in 40K.
So I'm going to have something under wraps, and hopefully by the time it gets to 2,000 point, it'll be a full 2,000 point list painted.
I'm surprised you gave up on the Angels. That's what you play, right?
Yeah,
Blood
yeah,
Angels
Dark
and
Angels. Yeah,
He didn't give up on Dark Angels. He just finished it.
I haven't finished it. No.
That's one thing you're never gonna hear in Warhammer.
No,
I
no.
finished.
No, I haven't finished, but I do have quite a bit already painted, and I just feel it's maybe time for a change.
Now,
for me to play something.
Do you have some things rumbling in your head for kill teams?
I do, and like I said, those two that I was thinking of, I could possibly try to do that, but that is maybe a lot for what I'm already trying to do with the other project. So I might just run, instead of what I'm going to be running in the tournament, there might be a Battle Brothers that I could use.
Cool.
So, we'll
so I like your hobby progress. What's your hobby progress? I've done a lot, but I'm not going to tell you because
I know words. I know all the words.
I'm going to whoop y'all on the league. I like it, Roman.
It's a
Roman's coming for blood, y'all too.
I've done quite a few things for that army. It's just I don't want to say that I'm going to have this stuff ready and then not be ready. Mm. That's my biggest thing. Is like it's not the fact that of any of the bullshit you're talking about.
Yeah.
But it's just I want that to be ready and up to a standard that I at least like before I say anything. So I'm working on that. Not to mention I'm still working on John's. What are they?
Thousand
Suns and his Zinch demons and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
In fact, once I get home, I'm going to start separating some more stuff so I can start painting while I'm at work. Because if you know, I have a lot of downtime at work and I can actually paint. I am a very lucky man when it comes to hobby progress. That's why I usually have a lot. Other than that, I've slowly been chipping away at some more Stormcast for AOS. And I did build my... what is the Helvrin, the two autocannon knights that cousin Matt had got me for my birthday. I finally started putting them together. I have one completely done. I just have to start magnetizing a few parts. So once that's done, I'll maybe move on to that.
What did I get you for your birthday?
You got me the Redemptor Dreadnought.
Ah, yes, that's right.
It is also going to be in my Dark Angels army.
Of course it is.
I just saying Dreadnought.
Dreadnoughts are fucking awesome. I love that in the Dark Angels lore, they have a thing called the Dreadwing, which is literally just a fucking bunch of dreadnoughts that they just send out into the battlefield to wreak havoc. So I'm working towards that. Other than that, I believe that's all my hobby progress. So
Yeah, she had a pretty decent hobby.
He usually does.
He
didn't even mention the Celestin Prime that he finished.
I forgot about that.
He knows
yes.
a little bit more. I'm over here going, what should I play for kill teams? I got Grey Knights.
Did I ever show you my Celestin Prime?
No, I did.
I'll take a
painted
picture.
a cosmos on it.
Yeah. Okay. So it has a swirl that it's a part of, but it starts going into the cape, and inside the cape, it's like a galaxy of stars.
Oh,
so
that sounds really
I
nice.
did a little galaxy on the inside. Which is very, very simple. I was surprised.
I was about to say, it sounds tedious as fuck.
It's not as tedious as you would think. You just got to pick your colors and a lot of dry brush. Take a bad brush that you have that's a flat head.
You do that dust flinging?
Not the dust flinging. That's part of it, but not really. What you do is you stipple, which is where you just stab it basically. And you just do it with a dry brush technique. You get the paint, you wipe it off on your towel, and then you start doing your stipple. And you just add in colors. You make the center a little more bright. You add in a little bit of white here or there. And then what you were talking about is you water down a white that you have. You get like a flat edge of something that you have, and then you just start flicking it.
Yeah, I used to do that when I did the portrait stuff.
Yeah, exactly. So
I thought I was an artist.
So simple techniques like that, and I was really proud of it. The only thing that I kind of messed up on was his big wings. I didn't like the way that it came out, so I might have to just go ahead and fix that when I have some time. But for the most part, I did do that as well. So, yeah.
So for the league, mystery.
Yes.
The Rambo dudes?
Yeah, Rambo dudes.
And me, now I gotta dig. Orcs, I know Orcs didn't have battle buddies. Maybe some Grey Knights. Maybe, if no one buys my Harlequin army, I might just get a kill team for that.
You might do that too.
I did just talk a lot of shit.
You did?
I don't want to come with the army. They were like, really? That's what you brought?
Uh-huh.
So now I gotta think. Great.
There you go.
Great.
But, do you know the sign-off for this show?
I'm sorry, I talk shit.
That's a good sign-off. We gotta think about that one. But yeah, that's the end of this episode for Perils of the Warp.
See you at the something.
See you in the warp.
Oh, there you go.
So, like I said at the end of every episode,
Bye.
see you in the warp.
I didn't get a chance to answer, John. Thanks.
Ah!